Each year, Congress passes the National Defense Authorization Act, or NDAA, a massive bill shaping U.S. military policy and spending. The NDAA covers everything from troop pay to new ships and how the U.S. works with allies. For over 60 years, it's shown rare bipartisan agreement on defense priorities. The bill impacts billions of dollars, thousands of jobs, and America's global strategy. The NDAA is more than a budget. It's a blueprint for U.S. defense and the nation's future. The 2026 NDAA authorizes nearly $1 trillion for the Pentagon, one of the largest defense budgets in U.S. history. This funds troop salaries, operations, new technology, and global deployments. The budget reflects concerns about global threats, from Ukraine to competition with China. Research and development is a major focus, funding AI, cybersecurity, space, and hypersonic weapons. The 2026 NDAA is a clear message. The U.S. is investing heavily to stay ahead. The 2026 NDAA gives all military personnel a 4% pay raise, helping troops keep up with living costs and boosting morale. It extends efforts to improve military housing and childcare, key for readiness and family stability. Quality of life for service members is a top priority, ensuring focus on the mission. The bill also addresses social issues, including a controversial ban on transgender women in women's sports at military academies. Some measures, like bans on gender-related medical care and expanded IVF coverage, were left out after debate. A proposal to rename the Department of Defense to the Department of War was also dropped due to high costs. These decisions reflect the compromises needed to pass such a large bill. The NDAA balances pay, benefits, and social policy, showing how defense legislation shapes more than just military operations. It's about supporting troops, addressing political debates, and keeping the armed forces strong. The bill's social provisions highlight ongoing national conversations. Ultimately, the NDAA aims to keep the military effective and its people supported. Every year, these choices impact the lives of service members and their families. The 2026 NDAA commits $800 million to the Ukraine Security Assistance Initiative. This money funds U.S. defense companies to produce weapons and equipment for Ukraine, supporting both Ukraine's defense and American jobs. The aid is spread over 2 years, providing steady support for Ukraine's military. It includes essentials like ammunition and air defense systems, vital for Ukraine's fight against Russian aggression. Beyond funding, the bill sends a strong message. U.S. support for Ukraine is unwavering. It reassures allies and signals to Russia that America stands with Ukraine. The NDAA's provisions help maintain a united front among nations supporting Ukraine. The U.S. remains the largest provider of military aid to Ukraine. This sustained commitment is seen as crucial for global stability. The bill's Ukraine funding is a direct response to ongoing conflict and shifting European security. It ensures the U.S. remains a key player in supporting democracy abroad. The NDAA's choices reflect the belief that Ukraine's fate has global implications. This support is a cornerstone of current U.S. foreign policy. The 2026 NDAA strengthens defenses in Europe, focusing on the Baltic states, Latvia, Lithuania, and Estonia. It authorizes $175 million for the Baltic Security Initiative, helping these nations modernize their militaries. The bill sets a minimum of 76,000 U.S. troops in Europe, preventing sudden withdrawals and reassuring allies. It also protects the tradition of an American general leading NATO as Supreme Allied Commander Europe. These measures reinforce U.S. commitment to NATO and deter Russian aggression. The NDAA's rules ensure the U.S. military presence in Europe is stable and reliable. By investing in the Baltics and maintaining leadership, the U.S. strengthens the alliance. The bill's provisions are a clear message to Moscow. America stands with its allies. The NDAA is about more than current conflicts. It's about preventing future ones. These steps make NATO stronger and more resilient. The U.S. is investing in both immediate and long-term security for Europe. The Baltic Security Initiative is a key part of this strategy. The NDAA's European focus is about unity, deterrence, and leadership. It's a strategic investment in peace and stability. The bill's European measures are central to U.S. defense policy. The 2026 NDAA targets U.S.-China competition with new rules on technology and investment. It creates a process to screen outbound U.S. investments in sensitive tech sectors in China, like AI and semiconductors. Companies must notify the Treasury Department, which can block deals that threaten national security. This marks a major shift from decades of encouraging investment in China to now managing risk and protecting U.S. innovation. The bill also includes the Biosecure Act, cutting federal funding to certain Chinese biotech firms over security concerns. Lawmakers worry about Chinese military ties and the risk to American genetic data. These measures reflect a growing consensus. China is the top long-term challenge to U.S. interests. The NDAA's provisions aim to slow China's tech progress and safeguard American advantages. The competition is economic, technological, and military. The bill's new rules are about strategic competition, not just engagement. The NDAA is moving U.S. policy toward risk management and innovation protection. These steps are designed to keep America ahead in critical technologies. The bill's China focus is a defining feature of modern defense policy. It's about securing the future, not just responding to today's threats. The NDAA's tech rules are a blueprint for strategic competition. The 2026 NDAA directs major support to U.S. partners in the Pacific, especially Taiwan and the Philippines. It fully funds the Taiwan Security Cooperation Initiative at $1 billion, helping Taiwan boost its self-defense. The bill supports joint training and new drone programs with Taiwan, enhancing readiness and technological edge. This is a clear signal of U.S. commitment to Taiwan amid rising tensions with China. The NDAA also authorizes $1.5 billion in security assistance for the Philippines, a key ally facing pressure in the South China Sea. This funding helps modernize the Philippine military and improve maritime defense. The focus on Taiwan and the Philippines is part of a broader Indo-Pacific strategy. The goal: build a network of strong allies to maintain a free and open region. By providing funding, training, and technology, the U.S. helps partners stand up to coercion. The NDAA's provisions respond directly to China's growing military power. The bill shows America's commitment to Pacific alliances and regional stability. It's about deterrence, partnership, and protecting sovereignty. The NDAA's Pacific focus is central to U.S. strategy in the region. These investments are designed to keep the balance of power in America's favor. The bill's support for Taiwan and the Philippines is a clear message to Beijing. The U.S. is committed to its allies and to peace in the Indo-Pacific. The 2026 NDAA continues robust U.S. security assistance to Israel, funding missile defense systems like Iron Dome and David's Sling. These programs ensure Israel can defend against rocket and missile threats. The bill also requires ongoing assessment of international arms embargoes against Israel, ensuring U.S. support fills any gaps. This underscores the deep U.S.-Israel partnership, especially amid regional conflict. In a major shift, the NDAA repeals the Caesar sanctions on Syria, signaling a possible change in U.S. policy toward the Assad regime. The repeal is controversial. Some see it as pragmatic, others as letting Syria off the hook. These moves highlight the complexity of U.S. Middle East policy. The NDAA balances unwavering support for Israel with new approaches to regional challenges. The bill's funding and policy shifts reflect changing realities on the ground. U.S. strategy is evolving, focusing on stability and security partnerships. The NDAA's Middle East provisions are about both defense and diplomacy. The bill's choices will shape the region's future. The NDAA is a tool for both military support and strategic recalibration. Its Middle East measures show the U.S. adapting to a shifting landscape. The bill's impact will be felt across the region. The 2026 NDAA repeals the 1991 and 2002 authorizations for the use of military force, or AUMFs. These laws, originally for the Gulf and Iraq wars, have been used to justify later military actions. Repealing them reasserts Congress's constitutional power over war decisions. Lawmakers argue that any new military action should require fresh debate and approval. This is a major shift, limiting the president's ability to use outdated authorizations for new conflicts. The repeal is a bipartisan victory for those seeking more oversight of military force. It doesn't remove the president's power to act in self-defense, but it closes loopholes for broad military action. This change is one of the most significant policy shifts in the 2026 NDAA, shaping how America goes to war.